It's Thursday, the first day of, as you can see, we are in a change environment. Glad that we are out there to just to make sure that you are given all the latest the GFF and football in general. I am Ibrahim Suare, and of course, I have Mariama with me, the football hotel in Yundum, and why we are here and why we decided to from Kanifing to Yundum, but in the CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers. Their preparations since they arrive in Sierra Leone, and what to expect. We are all need to be realistic and discuss at length what to expect. What are the chances of Red Scorpions in Yama Bojang is with me. I will allow her to say hi to you and of course I hope just today she will not increase the viewership to 3 million, 5 million, 6 million, or whatnot. Mariama, welcome on board. You can see, like I said, we are out from our comfort zone, technical training center or football hotel, training center or football hotel, for us to at least go out and about just to make sure we are going to give them.
They, being innovative as well. So I want to take this opportunity to pray for him ahead. Ibrahima, comme nu ma ko waxee rek si angale di la ñaanal fan bu gudda ak wér bu yaram di bëgg nga ko yàlla ko yàlla defal mu nekk lu baax si yow di xam naa déema nag kontaan nga torop nag sa xol bi fees na.
No, honestly, Mariama, it was a special day for me. Yeah. Definitely, the amount of messages, calls, all whatnot. But it was a special day for me. Definitely, people from all walks of life, bokk nañ ko ak man, celebrate ko ak man, ñaani ak so it was like, wow, man. What did I do to deserve all this? Why, it shows me people, appreciate whatsoever little contribution that we are doing, in football, in sports in general. So I think, it's definitely just to say thank you to everyone who took time, to celebrate that moment with me. So. Jërë ngeen jëf na yàlla rek
yàlla mi am fay yal na yàlla fay.
Exactly. Wow. So basically, like I said, where else to start with if not this historic milestone that we are all waiting for. We have just few hours to go before Red Scorpion, the Gambian champions, took to the field to play against the Senegalese champions in the CAF AFCON Women's Champions League qualifiers. It's it will be underway in Sierra Leone in just few minutes. The game it's going to be at 6 p.m. What they got from Football House and all the stakeholders, the ministry, I think it's what's commendable. But then, when the match starts at 6 p.m., what do you foresee as far as Red Scorpions' participation is concerned?
I feel it's all about believing in yourself. That the girls were well prepared, from the technical staff to the girls. They were very well prepared, well motivated, because the preparation was on. go out there and shine, and that is the belief they have. So after having a successful, the Gambia Football Federation contributed a lot to make sure that this is a possibility for these girls, because it's a dream come true, playing for a couple of years in the league, and you know, going outside for the first time to compete in the sub-region is a dream come true for all of these girls. The exposure, number one, is going to give to them, and to watch all of these girls play. It's going to have them in a much more bigger platform, and it's going to show the world what the Gambian football, especially female football, can offer. So it's for me, it's a much bigger platform, and following the whole process altogether. All the time you get to talk to the coaches, all the time you get to talk to the girls. All they say is that we are not going to make the numbers. We want to go, we want to participate, we want to make sure we take the trophy, or we are going to make sure we qualify. So that is the belief. So you talk to people, you know, okay, then you got them back for the first time to participate. But with Red Scorpions, they are telling you, we want to go and make sure we get the victories we need altogether, which is very, very important. For me, I am very hopeful tonight. The girls are going to be very victorious. We all know the tension between Gambia and Senegal when it comes to football. So it's going to be a very difficult match. But I believe the girls have what it takes. The preparation was on course. They believe in the process, that when they go, they are going to deliver, and that is, I believe, what is going to happen. I know, you know, a young lady in Mam Drame who is a superstar playing back home here in Abuka United, going to Senegal, also doing her best in the league, going there. For me, I feel it can be a bit of distraction, but I feel the girls will be motivated enough to know that, okay, you know what, we have played with Mom back home here in the Gambia, so we know what Mom can do. So it's going to be easier for us. It's not going to be something that will terrorize us or something. So taking Mom along, I feel the girls should be more confident than ever to make sure that that game is a must-win game for them. So for me, if a victory is assured today, you know, going into the rest of the games will be much easier, and then their opponents will fear that the Scorpions really are ready for this battle and the tournament. So it's going to be much more easier. So today, I'm hopeful that the girls are coming all out. I'm sure the first half would be a bit difficult. They have to stay back and watch what Angel de Medina will be introducing, the kind of format they will be playing. But I believe at the end of the day, they have technical-minded people at the technical bench to study what they are bringing, so that they could tackle them in the second half. If possible, score all the goals they need to score, because they have people that can score goals, especially in the first half. Absolutely.
One thing about both teams, it's, you know, they are similar in it's a debut for both of them. Yes, these Senegalese champions have been going to this competition for the past 4 editions.
Yeah.
You know, for the Gambia it's for the first time, but then again, you know, Angel de Medina or Eagles of Medina, this is their debut also.
Yeah.
Just like Red Scorpion. You mentioned they have Mam Drame, a Gambian in their ranks. For Mam, this is her 2nd edition.
Yeah.
She was there last edition, you know, and she played all the matches. She had a fantastic tournament. She's a very good player. But for us, you know, we will concentrate on Mam individually. But again, our focus is on Red Scorpion. What are their chances? What can they do? You know, we know Red Scorpions are serial champions of the Gambia. They've been winning, you know, the league, the FF Cup. Just last season, they won both the league and the FF Cup. You know, what are their chances? I know you said they should what their opponents have installed. But then overall, what are their chances? You know, most of these girls, some of them you travel with them through the national team, and you've watched them play week in, week out in the league. even though the opponent, the Medina side, we know very little about them. But then comparing the Gambia and Senegalese league in terms of female football, I think we should be able to tell what are the realistic chances of Red Scorpions in this game.
So we have few tall players that are very strong, that can tackle their opponents playing this evening's game. But also we have the leading goal scorer of the first division that is being featured in the Red Scorpion team, Kumba Kuyate is a top bowler when it comes to playing football. She is powerful, and when it comes to finishes, she's top notch as well. So I believe that the Red Scorpions are going to capitalize having Kumba in their team, and of course using her to have that finish that they want, because I'm sure if Kumba have all the balls she's been supplied with, she has no trouble scoring goals. So I think that is going to be one powerhouse, that an advantage that goes to the Red Scorpions. But also they have fast players that are always on the run, and they are very young as well. So when you have young ballers in your team, that is one advantage. But also they have experienced footballers.
Exactly.
The likes of Mariama Bojang has been with the team.
Awa Jawo,
yeah.
The goalkeeper Mariama Cisse,
yeah.
Penda, these are players. These are national players for the Gambia.
Exactly.
They've traveled with the national team to so many countries.
Yes.
So I don't think, like you said, Kumba as well.
Yes.
The likes of Fatoumata, though very young, that is small, very young, but anytime she plays, you will see difference in how Red Scorpion is played. I think the key for Red Scorpion is blending the young and experienced players. And they have formidable side. They are very quick in transition. That is from defense to attack. So I think their advantage will be holding on to the ball. Like you highlighted, they have very skillful players. They have players that can hold onto the ball, that can move the ball very fast.
Absolutely.
And Kumba is there, who is a fantastic finisher. But again, they also have Puloba. She's not that player that you will see, taking on 1 or 2 players, but she's a deadly and fine striker that will always score whenever she got the opportunity.
Yeah, that is very, very important. You made mention about, for me, that is quality, but also experience is very important. So having all of those combined intelligent qualities that these players process, I think is going to be very interesting this evening, because for me, having all of those experienced players, that went out for the national team, so the experience is already there. So blended with young players that have been they have been grooming along in the league, it has been really impressive. You watch those young talents that have been featured this season in the league, they portray excellent display of the ball. You watch them and you're like, okay, you know what, if these people are supported, they can get to that height and they can represent the Gambia when it comes to all national categories and all of that. So that is the amazing part. So I feel the experience is very, very important, but also goal scoring is very important. You have chance, you have to make sure you bang in the goals that you need, especially when the opportunity avails itself. So it's going to be very interesting. I think they have 100% chance, not even 50% chance. They have 100% chance. They have the experience, they have the exposure, they have young talent that are energy driven. They also have
a sound technical team behind them.
Exactly.
They where Choro is, Suna is.
That is a bank of a technical backup there. So absolutely, they have 100% of knowledge. Talking about the talent and the technical side. So it's going to be an interesting encounter. Like I said, if this opener is a win for the Gambia, it's going to be very interesting for the rest of their games, because their other opponents will come all out to make sure that they have a 3-point winner against them. But then it's going to be a build-up again to the Determined Girls game, and of course to the Sierra Leone game, which I believe is the toughest game, because you talk about Liberia, you talk about Senegal, but the home side is going to be the toughest game because they are playing in the home soil, and they're going to have the support and everything.
That is their final two matches.
Final two matches.
Against the Mwamba Queens of Sierra Leone.
Of Sierra Leone. So I believe those are going to be very tough for them. But if they have the winner in the opener, hopefully the Queens might step back a little, because they are going to look forward to that encounter and, you know, and say, you know what, we thought Gambia is a small country and all of that, but the skills they process and, of course, the scoring ability these girls process altogether is going to be a driving force towards other games. It's going to be a decider for me.
Exactly. You know, we will wrap up very soon and concentrate on the coaches convention. Right. But, you know, talking about women's football development in the Gambia, one thing, you know, the Gambia is far ahead of other countries, especially in our sub-region.
Right.
We have a top-tier league. We have a second division league. And we have regional third division leagues in the various regions. So that alone, it's an added advantage for Red Scorpion.
True.
They play football all year round.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that will be good for them, and it will be added advantage because the league recently ended. You know, for them, so they did not have time to relax or lose form or whatsoever. I think they are all concentrated on this championship, and it came at a time that the team is having that winning mentality, because they were fresh from winning the FF Cup against Berewuleng, which was a game of the season. So I think you know, they are ready for whatever comes their way. But again, the Gambia has other participants. You know, we have Fatou Ngom. Of course, she's going to be the fourth officer in the opening game, and of course, Seynabou Cham is the head of delegation. Again, we have Rugi Diouf, Mbasi Dabo, and Catherine Jata for the Determined Girls. So I think this says a lot. It's a where win. Our football is correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's a win for the women football here in the country. Having the president responsible for women's football travel with the team is going to give weight to the team to say, okay, you know what, besides all the process, we are having the female president who is responsible for women's football, empower us, encourage us, and of course along the process you need to have someone who is very experienced to help you do the process altogether. And Seynabou is that one person that has been in the WAFU system, in the CAF system, in the FIFA system. So if you have that person have to head your delegation, is putting weight on the delegation, but also the experience and of course the advice that they are going to put all together, because she has been there from the inception. She watched most of these girls grow up to the standard they are right now. So it's very important to have her part of the delegation. But also you mentioned Fatou Ngom, who has been a key member when it comes to female football, being a FIFA certified referee, going to this sub-region. She's very familiar with the sub-region, especially in Sierra Leone and in Senegal as well. So having her to be part of the to be a fourth referee is very important as well. So for me, it's a win for women's football. This is a start for many success stories altogether. So I believe other teams will also be anticipating to fight to win the league so that they can participate out there to have a show of talent to the outside world, because this is going to be a starting point where scouts and people that are scouting for young talent to get a breathing space to come and say, you know what, we want to sign small. We want to sign Mariam Bojang and other players. So for me, it's a win-win. Kudos to the Gambia Football Federation for facilitating and doing most of the work for Red Scorpions. They have been part of the process. You cannot talk about the process without mentioning the Gambia Football Federation. Also, a big thank you to the Women's Football Association, who has been a key point when it comes to female football. I mean, the league this year has been super successful. The amount of goals scored, the amounts of talent that have been scouted, the amounts of people, especially with the FF Cup, compared to all the seasons, it has been overwhelming for women's football. So yeah, so you know, fingers. I want to believe that the girls are well prepared for the encounter against against the Senegalese team. I am very hopeful that Kumba Kuyate.
Those are your babies, huh?
They are not my babies per se, but then you talk about the league, you talk about Race Scorpion, you don't mention Kumba Kuyate, then there is no Race Scorpion.
Sure.
The leading goal scorer being part of a delegation
for the past
like this.
2 seasons.
Absolutely. So for me, she has to score goals. She has to, yeah.
In the bigger stage. And kudos to they've done everything possible to make sure that the girls are there. They've been knocking on. Some open, some didn't take, but you know, that's Gambia for you.
Yes.
But this will serve as a motivation, not only to Red Scorpion, but to other teams. You know, the Berewuleng, the police, you know, the TMT, the teams. So if you have the chance to win the league,
Ibrahima,
this is an opportunity for you to go and represent the country.
Hanga ma luma gëna manké ci process bi moy buñ ñëwé interview gaay fi kérok ci dimanche bi Mariama wax na ben kaddu moy team captain bi mu ne depuis buñ dooré process bi ben tay gaay ñom dañ ci méku ñu dem ci tali bi di ask for sponsors di def caravane di takka sen diga because ñu ne liggéey bala nit ñi di la gis nga def dara da nga wara simeeku yow sax nga mu door ci yow so Mariama loolu la wax te man loolu daf ma inspire a lot ni soo bëggee dara da nga ko wone te Mariama ak Red Scorpion yëpp loolu lañ wone ne dañ bëgg a dem participer te mu ngi nii gars yi dem nañ di participer so léegi luñ des mooy Gambian people yi ñu ñaanal gars yi pour gars yi luñ dem def foofu noonu mbapat bi xam nga yal na ko yàlla muutali because ñaan bi tamit am na si solo torop waaw di la jaajëfal
exactly thank you so much Mariama, and that was a bit of what we have installed as far as Red Scorpions game is concerned. The whole country is behind the team, and we are praying for them. We have no doubt of the talents, you know, at their disposal. You know, all we need is prayers. Let them relax. You know, I know some of them are watching. I can see them. You know, let them relax. Jël leen seen time. Def leen danka. Amut yaakamti. Amu leen benn presso. You know, demu leen fa pour ne by force da ngeen war a win. Relax leen, enjoy leen seen bopp, play leen football. Xam naa ne coaches yi dinañ leen wax loolu. But overall, amuñ benn doubt si seen talents, and we are sure ne, you know, teams yu ma gis foofu noonu moom wax dëgg ne yàlla xanaa yàlla lu mu dogal de waaye nag dëgg gaay ëppuñ leen talent, gënuñ leen a organise, daaxuñ leen football. You know, that's the key. So thank you so much, Mariama. You know, like I said, this is the Football House update, and this afternoon we are live from the National Technical Training Center, where we have the coaches, you know, Gambia Football Coaches Association are having their convention, a historic one for the first time in the history of the association, to make sure that you know, the coaches are capacitized. Capacitized, huh? Okay. Overall, it's a capacity building. Huh? So we are happy to have an executive member of the Coaches Association, and of course the facilitator, who doubles as the grassroots football manager of the Gambia Football Federation, Ibrahim Anyasi. Welcome on board, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Suare. It's a honor to be hosted here at our own facility, that is the National Technical Training Center.
Absolutely.
And like you started earlier, we are wishing our ambassadors in Sierra Leone, that's the Red Scorpion, for them to collect all 3 points today. And wishing them a successful competition.
By the way, take us through. I know you are here for a different case, but then take us through what do you think of that game? It's against the Senegalese champions. Anytime a Gambian team is facing Senegalese opponent, the provocations and whatsoever, it's always there. But then you saw these girls during preparation. What do you think we should expect during the game?
I think it's going to be an interesting game, but my feelings are just positive today. I think the girls will do the Gambia a favor by beating our Senegalese neighbors. It's not always easy when you play your direct rival, but Eagles de Medina is a team that have a history with Red Scorpion. They once played in Senegal at the invitation of Eagles de Medina. But Red Scorpion beat them in that encounter, but that is years ago. So it's a different ball game. It's a different competition. This is not a friendly. It's an international competition. I know over the years they've also grown very well. But I've seen the passion, the readiness, the dedication in the girls when they have in their final training, the time they camped here at the Gold Project. Lai Bo Yang, the under-20 coach, was here helping them together with Ansumana Jallo. They did well. We were all here supporting them, giving them moral, technical, and tactical support. But I think it's all positive for them today to get the 3 points.
Exactly. Away from that now to the convention that is happening. You guys are the host. You are the grassroots football manager, also a coach. Take us through. How do you see this convention and what it means for coaching in the Gambia?
First and foremost, we need to commend the executive of the Gambia Football Coaches Association for coming up with this very, very important event, the first of its kind in the Gambia. We've been hearing of coaching convention across the continent in some parts of the world, but this is the first time it's happening here in the Gambia. And its significance cannot be overemphasized. It's really, really important for the development of the coaches as individuals and as a group. Because what some of the coaches know is only about technical and tactical issues. This convention goes beyond that.
Wow.
Football is only not about technical or tactical elements. Like they said, a coach is an administrator, a coach is a manager, a coach is a leader. In the first topic of discussion, we have the Gambia Football Federation first Vice President, Bakary K. Jammeh, who lectured on football administration. So coaches learn a lot about administration. There are many, many topics that have been discussed. There are practical sessions also. There are many ways in coaching. I can do this tactical setup this way, but when I come here, I learn another way of doing it, possibly maybe better than me. So it avails the coaches the opportunity to learn from one another, to widen their scope, to get more experience, and to get them more prepared for the next coming season.
As a facilitator, how did you see the reaction of the participants? Do you think they have taken this convention serious?
Everything has been very nice. They've taken it very, very serious, because this convention, like I'll remind viewers that it's not free. Every coach that participates pay a fee of $5,000.
Wow.
Which is huge money. And I would not want to pay $5,000 come here, just play. They are making best use of the opportunity. They are exploring every avenue. You can see it. When you came here, they are very, very dedicated, very committed.
What does this mean to coaching in the Gambia? We have elite coaches, we have grassroots coaches, we have those that are in between, all together in one room and sharing knowledge, sharing whatsoever they have installed to each other.
Yeah, even getting the opportunity to interact with some of the coaches, yes, you've been hearing about, you've met, you interacted just on match day, having to spend a week with them in something else. I think this one is going to go down in history. that came here are very happy, commending that, yes, you've taken the bold decision to organize this. And even all the coaches that are here are very happy. We've been interacting with one another, we've been exchanging ideas, we've been developing one another, helping one another to grow. So it's really very nice. It's a family affair.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Lamin, an executive member, congratulations first for this laudable initiative. But take us through how did this all came about, the idea? How was the process?
Well, the idea was came through in one of our executive meetings. That's I think some 18 months ago, where we start the groundwork and planning. Gambian football moved to another level, and we have to align ourselves with the international trends that are ongoing. Conventions are no exception, so that is why we try to venture into this. It is not an easy task, as Alaji mentioned earlier, but we have to start somewhere.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what the leadership of the Football Federation told us, and even the technical director, he made mention of similar remarks. We have to start something, and that is what we have started. So we hope that we will grow from strength to strength. But definitely, we want to see the capacity of Gambian coaches being built, and it can only be built through having educational forums, educational gatherings, and as Alaji mentioned, football is a collective sport. That is why all these sectors that played for the success of a football club or a national team are all being brought together. It's not only about the coach and his technical staff, the administrative side, a whole range of things, the financial aspect of things.
Exactly.
It is very important. Sometimes before you go to the season, the players will know, okay, what is our winning bonus? What is our draw bonus? What about if we win the league? Those things fall under the category of budgeting. So we we are okay now with new ideas of how to prepare a budget. A finance department led by the technical finance director and the senior finance manager. Administrative side, Bakari Jame has did a fund today, and all other personnel as well, and also the history of this association, which our longest serving president, Parfai, the current team manager for the U20, dealt on. So far so good, it's all great.
Absolutely. And where are the participants coming from? How was the selection done? How many participants do you have currently?
We have 42 participants, and based on the accommodation status of the NTTC, we know we can only host 42 participants, and each paid $5,000 flat. The reason why we paid $5,000 is to cover some administrative cost, but I can reliably say that the Football Federation have bankrolled at least 60% of the budget directly to some of these service providers. So we are saying a big congratulations, and also the Ministry of Youth and Sports have given us a token just to make the event very successful. Banjul City Council, and Brikama Area Council, KMC, because we feel like all these coaches hail from regions. So we want to bring that community relation to the coaching association, because if they say, okay, Alaji is from Talinding and Talinding is from KM, so things like that, you go to BCC, Momoduba from Hawks, from Banjula, you mainly Lulu Dal. So people have, and even Fortune Petroleum, because we want to make them our official fuel partners, because some of the transportation issues that we try to facilitate. So when we have a petroleum company partner, it makes things easier. So iAfrica as one of our partners, because they have been sponsoring the Coach of the Month with the crystal ball. So, and even the company that we partner with in terms of our printing, that is Wakilo. So So we try to incorporate as much as we can. So far, so good. Everything is on track.
Are you guys, I know it's not finished yet. In the end, you will make an evaluation of how things work. But so far, at your level as the executive, are you guys satisfied with facilitators and the participants?
Fantastic, because when we close at night, immediately after dinner, most of the time, most of the participants will sit on the pool side. So most of the chats or the discussions will center among the daily deliberations we made. So that shows that they are interested, they are passionate of what is happening on a daily basis, even late at night in their rooms. You will see they will be live discussing topics, and it's sharing, as Alaji said. We share from each other, we learn from each other. So the participants are really getting, because football is evolving, so they are getting new ideas. Even it is like half of an idea, each participant will have a takeaway when you are leaving this convention. So far so good. We think we have gone 60%. We have a couple of days before the ending. So it's all good so far.
What is the next plan? Is this going to be a continuous thing, or it's a one-off?
It's not a one-off, but before going further, at the end of the convention, we'll have an exclusive magazine which will contain a detailed report of the deliberations, the summary of what has been happening since the opening day till the last day, and then each and every participant will have a copy in a magazine format, and we will also present to the Federation some recommendations from the convention, because we feel like some points that we touch, it's only the Federation that can take action. So that is why we will also print magazines, and we will share it with football stakeholders as well. So that, but it's not going to be a one-off. Was the president of the Federation have even said in the opening event that next year we will target the Saudauda conference hall to make it even bigger, and bring in more international audience in the sub-region and in the world at large. So we'll see how it goes. But every year, the president have tasked us, before December, we should send a comprehensive report of a budget that will be incorporated in the GFF budget for sponsorship of this event. So it's now, even this executive leave, it's going to be an ongoing process. And that is why we wanted to do it. We don't want to do it because Keba Touré-led executive that did this and it stops there. The GFCA will continue and will continue doing things that will enhance the growth of Gambian football through capacity building.
Thank you so much, Lamin Sane, for that insightful deliberation as far as the convention is concerned. Any final message from you?
Well, we all have to embrace, as coaches, as fans, as well-wishers. The more we come together, football is a collective sport. We will have different opinions together is for the betterment of Gambian football. And there is a line or a trajectory. Anytime there is a high-level course or capacity building seminar, the season becomes even tougher.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's something we've all realized.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very tough.
Next season.
Next season is going to be very tough.
Sure.
And we've even seen like coaches started teasing each other of some the future regarding the League 1, League 2, even League 3.
Absolutely.
Because we even have regional third division coaches in our midst, because it's important. So we hope and pray that we will end the event on a high note, and people will go back to their respective clubs and transfer knowledge to the players.
Thank you so much, Ibrahima. Again, finally, what would you share with us as a final note before we invite other guests?
Thank you very much, Ibrahima. I think we need to commend the GFF media department also for coming to our base and availing us the opportunities so that the whole world will see and know what is going on. So we really commend you for that. And like Lamin said, it should be noted that this is almost 60% bankrolled by the Gambia Football Federation. So what they intend to do is to see football, and that cannot be done without building the capacities of the coaches. If we have knowledgeable coaches that know very well, that very good technical and tactical abilities, then the future of Gambian football.
Thank you so much, grassroots football manager Ibrahim Anyasi, and of course the Lamin Sane, an executive member of the Gambia Football Coaches Association, also the coach of BK Milan FC, for taking us through what are some of the reasons for this convention, and you heard from them. So now we will have two First Division team coaches to discuss, their participants. We want to know, their take as per the convention. What do you think this can add in terms of their development as coaches? So I'm glad Mr. Adnan Musa. He is the head coach of Steve Biko FC. Steve Biko is now a household name, not only in Gambian football, but in world football at large. You remember the Adama Bojangs, you remember Yankuba Minte, they passed through him. So welcome on board, and thank you very much for joining us again.
Thank you.
Yeah, take us through, what you made of this convention. You've been here since day one, but so far, what is your impression?
I'm very impressed, and I'm glad to be here. This is what we are. We are coaches. We want to learn. We want to go to the next level. We want to make sure that we develop players. It's our responsibility as coaches to develop players. But if we don't have the training, we don't have the education, we don't have the capacity, it will be very difficult for us to do what we are doing. Still now, we are still learning, we are still under care, learning, want to go to the next level. But if we don't get there, we can do far more better than what we are doing if we have the education. That's what we are hungry of. But by the grace of God, we shall get there.
Now take us through your interaction with as coaches, as a group. I know you are all from different levels, first division, second division, some are third division coaches, some are even from the academies. But how do you find that camaraderie, and how are you guys faring as coaches?
Yeah, it's important. It is. We are getting along because we also try to build this friendship, this togetherness. We crack jokes, we come together. This convention is very important. It brings us together. It makes us understand that we can be enemy for only 90 minutes or like 120 minutes. If not that, we are friends, we are family, we are in the same shoe. At the end of the day, maybe who knows? I cannot be enemy, for example, with Mr. Adama here. At the end of the day, we are responsible for a national team coach. How will that be? So we are not even enemies. The 3 point is that what we are looking for. So as far as the game is finished, we are friends, we'll shake hands and we'll advise each other on certain things that we know that can help you for your your other games.
Mm-hmm. Now, Adama, the head coach of the Gambia Armed Forces, also, the goalkeeper trainer for the women's national team, that is the senior national team. He too has done a lot. A lot of players have passed through him, and now he's also part of this convention. Mr. Jata, welcome on board. Now, tell us, at your own personal level, how did you find this convention, and what the facilitators has presented so far?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahima. This convention we first of all thank the GFF and the Gambia Football Coaching Association for making this day possible, because without this convention, the importance also of a coach, we are not seeing it in the footballing arena. Okay, so this convention is just to try to bring all coaches together and the spirit of core as a coach in the field and out of the field. And we also, they are doing also this capacity building, which is really helping us too, because on this convention we learn a lot on it. We see different people on different areas to sensitize us on football administration and all football
related matters.
matters.
Because I saw, you know, about football administration, finance, the media. I think these are all areas that, as a coach, you need to at least have an idea or two about, because it all evolves around the team and its preparation and its performance during the season.
Yes, you talk about this finance department. It also comes to our area. Because what happens is when you are doing pre-season, you need to do budgeting.
Exactly.
And this budgeting without knowing too, you know, definitely when I see this budgeting yesterday, I've been very happy, because for me, to be frank enough, I did not do this budgeting during my past season. But yesterday, when I have that understanding about budgeting in a club, you know, it will enlighten what you need in the season, from the pre-season up to the end of the season. So whatever is not part of that budgeting, you are not required to get it, but your team will know that this is what you are requested for. So,
exactly.
You know,
exactly.
And at times we have problem on this. Yesterday, we get a clue of what he was trying to teach us,
Exactly.
and we are very try to teach coaches, and coaches also to have respect. And because if you look at now, all the C-licensed coaches and obstruction. That's why we cannot fulfill all those requirements. Fulfill all those requirements.
Yeah, we were, as you said, we were just there like going field. We were just there like going field. We cannot scout a player who is coming from Birkama, 10 players to tackle that. So this is our things that at least we know it now, and we know how to adjust. That at least we know it now, and we know how to adjust. Very glad to be here.
Adama, thank you so much.
Be here.
Adama, thank you so much, gentlemen, and you know, champions on board. One is the second division. They are the FF Cup champions. Impression about this convention.
Thank you, Ibrahima. Very important to us, we coaches.
Exactly. You are mainly dealing with
from the grassroots.
Exactly.
And it paid the dividends. We are performing on our junior level, especially under 20.
And I think for the past 3 days, it is wonderful.
So the finance director and senior finance manager from the GFF, you know, we saw
because of these 3 days. Now we want to elevate from a coach to be a
coach of this club. So meaning there are different capacities to call in, let's say, you know, capacities to call in, let's say, you know, bringing in new players.
better to accommodate that lost 5 players, so that we'll have
Been back to the 4th division, Hawks FC, you know, how
that is our first objective. If you can achieve more than that, then it is a bonus.
Especially on the executive. Next season, our aim is,
female, you know, in Mariama. Eagles of Medina, to make sure that is the first time, you know, Gambia in terms of women's football, when the Gambia Thank you. And take us through this convention and how
we are doing. So I'm saying a very big thanks to all of you, and also saying a very big the bill launching was in 2016, because I have become to understand what is finance about, because it will come 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Jabu.
It's much more women's. We are few.
Exactly.
Example, any Gambian team you will go, sometimes you see a team, the team will lose. Now, example, the media will call individual for, so we learn a lot from it.
Exactly.
There is time, media will call individual for, so we learn a lot from it.
Exactly.
There is time for you to talk to the media, pass through processes to be a good coach and a good leader. And after the media pass through processes to be a good coach and a good leader. And as a coach also, is what motivation. We need motivation, much more women's. So is what motivation. We need motivation, much more women's.
Absolutely. With the team management, because some of you are from an institutional team. I know.
Facing. And you say no, boys before.
I know.
Facing. And you say no, boys before the ladies. Ladies. If that thing happen, they will. How to call it? Ladies. If that thing happen, they will. How to call it?
At least consider.
They will consider the females.
Exactly.
Because you can work with the males while.
And wherever you go, it's the same faces that you met there. Then with Pasware, Fai, Ipufai, and Desama. Done meeting. I say, wow, what is going on? Fai, Ipufai, and Desama. Done meeting. I say, wow, what is going on? Done meeting. I say, wow, what is going on? Pafai said, because all of us were players. Pafai said, because all of us were players. Now we said, because all of us were players. Now we are normal players. Why can't we continue this? Let them go back to our normal players. Why can't we continue this? Let them go back to their clubs. Why can't we continue this? Let them go back to their clubs and help their clubs and help the young one. This is something that we love. And help the young one. This is something that we love. And help the young one. This is something that we love. This is a hobby. So we try and make sure we develop. This is a hobby. So we try and make sure we develop it. So we try and make sure we develop it.
You will have you will have a chance for the sea liaison. So it's not easy. Chance for the sea liaison. So it's not easy. So thank you to be here at the coaches convention. It is be here at the coaches convention. It is the first of its kind. The first of its kind in the history of best of luck. And in the history of best of luck. I know they are all praying for you guys. So we are all hopeful. We are all praying you fare well. Until we come your way, we are all hopeful. We are all praying you fare well. Until we come your way on Tuesday, you fare well. Until we come your way on Tuesday, inshallah, the same time.